You started recording. Brilliant.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?
Hi guys, Richard here from jurassicballz here in the UK. Where at the moment it's really warm, unaccustomably warm actually. We're up to about 26 degrees at the minute, and it's been like this for a few weeks. So it's not going to be a long video. It's about 85 in the snake room here. So yeah, we're pushing on through with this extremely warm video. Just going to quickly go over burping today, or air exchange in tubs. This is something that I do, something I've been doing for many years. I do think it's an advantage in the egg setup that I have, and I also just want to really quickly talk through why I do it, and the setup that I use that enables me to be able to. I hit a really good clutch rate actually. Normally lose very few babies through the incubation cycle. My incubator, I got a really good incubator actually. Here in the UK we are a little bit we're a little bit underwhelmed in terms of the availability of incubators, unlike in the States or Canada, etc. We don't really have the companies that produce bespoke incubators, so we tend to be really good in producing and making our own incubators out of fridges and all kinds of stuff. I use a old under counter pub fridge, big one, double door, that's been stripped and has got a fan in it, and it's got a heat tape and runs on a pulse thermostat. I find it really good actually. I normally have only a 0.5 of a degree swing in terms of temperature, which is actually really good. Incubate about 88.5 to 89 degrees Fahrenheit, and I can get 6 to 8 clutches near, which is about where we are in terms of our production here. I'm really focusing on high-end animals, small production. So yeah, so if we just pan down to the here, so here using the WAM boxes, which I find really good. This is a pastel het clown clutch to a banana entry clown. So, you know, nothing outrageous, you know, just they need to beef up my clown army a little bit actually. So I set up, I use vermiculite. Here we go. So these eggs are actually about 1 week away from hatching, from pipping. I like to let my eggs pip. What I'll do is I'll let one pip, and then I'll generally cut the rest. So vermiculite eggs, I tend to do a mixture that's about 10. I don't do 1-to-1. I tend to drop back a little bit on the water to vermiculite. I tend to about 10% back, which I think works for me, but I can go through that. I'll go through that in another video, the actual setup in terms of how I mix it, etc. And then what I normally do is, which I've already done, is I normally cover these with Sani wrap, which I order in, and then lid goes on, go in the incubator, and I don't touch them. I really don't. I don't open them. I don't wiggle about with them. There's no maintenance. There's nothing I do. Then I literally shut the door, glass doored incubator, keep an eye on them, and obviously if there's anything during the incubation process that is causes me cause for concern, I will pull them out and have a look at them and do what needs to be done. But as I say, with this method that I use, it very rarely happens. And this year alone, I think I'm into clutch 4, and I've up to 26 eggs. I've got one that I pulled out a week after that started to go a little bit moldy, and I think it's just because I thought I had veins on it, but if they were very weak, so I didn't make it. Everything else absolutely going full term. So yeah, so I cover this with Sani wrap, and then what I do is 1 week before the hatch date, so 56 days is normally when my babies pip. My incubator temps, as I said, are very consistent, and normally it's about 56 days. a week back for that. So, 49 days, 48 days, I'll take the sandy wrap off. I'll give it a little wipe down, which is what I did with these yesterday, actually. And then I'll put the lid back on and they'll go in. And the reasoning for that, and this is what is used as a terminology for burping, we use, or an air exchange. It's also worth pointing out, I don't put any holes in this tub either. There's no holes drilled. And, I know people do, and everyone's got their own way, and I'm not saying this is the way that you should do it. I'm just saying this is what works for me, and I get a really good hit rate out of this in terms of babies. I take off the sandy wrap 1 week before, and what that does is, because I may not be here, we could be working, my partner could be working, we may not be here when the baby's pip. If you've got a completely sealed sandy wrap top, they're going to come out, they're just not going to have that nice fresh air to come out with, and the sandy wrap is pretty much an airtight seal, which gives it fantastic advantages during its incubation period, because you're creating that wonderful high humidity in there. The eggs aren't drying out. As you can see, these eggs are literally a week to go, and they look fantastic. There's nothing going moldy in them. They are starting to sort of flatten out and come in a little bit as the babies inside obviously are growing, and they're very close to hatching, and that's what I do. And I find by taking off that sandy wrap and then letting the air come in, it also means it gives me a safety net. If the babies all come out early, 4 to 5 days early, and I'm not here, there's no problem. They got air, they can roam around, chill out till I get back, and I can get back from work, or whoever, or my partner get back from work, and we can do them. So that's the reason. So that's the reason why I do it. I like the sandy wrap way of setting up. I've kind of done it. I started doing it a few years ago. I watched a video with Justin doing it, and this is just what I do. And as I say, I clutch after clutch, no problems. Very, very rarely lose bait. If they've got veins and they go in here, they literally nearly always make it full term. So that's it. So these little dudes, as I say, these little dudes are due next Friday. So just pop the lid back on there, on that box. Clutch card goes on, and then we're good to go. So yeah, just as I said, real quick video about burping. Why I do it. The advantages of doing it. Obviously, this is what works for me. Not telling you how to do it. But gives you a chance to see what we do. Once these babies come out and I'll cut the clutch. We'll be able to show you that. We'll do a nice video on that. But in the meantime, we're off out to grab some ice creams and cool down. So yeah, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.